This video is insurance. What I'm doing here is I'm putting out other videos that I've made into the public forum for other people to see. What I'm worried about is parole violating me for something that I'm not doing. As I've said before, there's a condition barring me from contact with Susan Ashland. Susan was not a victim. She was not a witness. She's not have an order of protection against me. She's not requested to have me be barred from contact with her. Yet I am barred from contact with her. She has in fact written everybody in Albany she can write, called them, asking that her name be removed from my parole conditions which bar me from contact with her. As I've said before, apparently the state employees who work for Susan as a taxpayer believe that they know what is best for her, not that she is smart enough to make her own decisions. And my condition bars me from third-party contact, electronic contact with her, any sort of contact that you can imagine. So Susan, as a law-abiding citizen, has not lost any of her rights to communicate with anybody that she wants to, or reach out to anybody in any way. It doesn't mean that I have to reciprocate to her request to communicate with me, which I'm not doing. And she can send me requests on Facebook and I don't have to accept them. She can follow me on Twitter and I don't have to follow her, because I'm not willing to violate my terms of parole in any way. Now, one of the things that's totally ironic about this whole situation is that right up until the morning of my release, Susan was allowed to have completely unrestricted communication with me. Unlimited phone calls, she was allowed to visit me, she was allowed to write me, and vice versa. So, and which we did do. Phone calls, visits, letters, and then upon my release, no longer allowed to have contact. Alright. One of the things that people don't understand about the New York State Department of Corrections is that any inmate or parolee, hopefully not parolee, but I'm figuring it's the same thing as when you're an inmate. If you're an inmate and you file a grievance, or you write an outside agency, or you talk to a reporter, that's a death sentence, right? And I'm not being melodramatic. There are thousands of documented instances of inmates who filed grievances, wrote outside agencies, or talked to reporters, and who were assaulted, set up for new crimes, new charges, had weapons and drugs planted on them, and outright murdered. Right? I'm not making these things up. There's been newspaper articles about it. There's all kinds of lawsuits. Even the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York said that what New York State Corrections officers are doing in prisons is at a critical level. Okay? In 2015, following the escape from the Clinton Correctional Facility of 2 convicted murderers, any inmate who was willing to be interviewed by investigative agencies or reporters was tortured. That's been documented in the New York Times. And the reason why is because the only reason those 2 guys were able to escape is because they were having sex with the employees who helped them escape. Right? So I'm not willing to violate my terms of parole for any reason. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to stay out here on the street and start my life over again. But I have to document what is going on and put it out there so other people can see if anything happens to me, this is what is going on. Now, it's no surprise that the state of New York would not want me to have contact with a reporter or somebody who's written a book about me. And unfortunately for the state of New York, prior to my incarceration, I was an accredited card-carrying member of the press, which I'm hoping to get back and resume my watchdog activities. So the following videos, they show what's going on. They're my documentary proof. Okay, this is www.time.gov. Says it is 10:38 a.m. on a Sunday, October 1st, 2017. And up there are the tabs to my Facebook page. I'm going to go to them. And this morning I got a notification here. It says, I got a notification here. It says Susan Ashline wants to connect with you about an hour ago. And as you can see from the light blue color, I didn't click on it because I don't want to open up the Facebook Messenger app. That's what that little symbol is, the little round blue thing with the lightning bolt in it. Because I am not going to communicate with her third party, electronically, or whatever, because that would be a violation of my parole. But I just want it to be shown that she requested to communicate with me, and I am not opening it or communicating with her. She is probably going through Facebook Messenger because she does not know my phone number. And so this is my documentation. Thank you. Alright, so this is the www.time.gov. Sunday, October 1st, 2017, basically 3:40 p.m. And I have been home from prison 3 days now. I've set up a Twitter account. This is my Twitter, Outlaw_reborn. Following is for people following me. Following means people I am following on Twitter. And I'm going to slowly scroll down so that way each person that I'm following shows up. You'll see that there is no Susan Ashline or anything related to Susan Ashline, nothing about her book. So I'm just scrolling down. No Susan Ashline. No Susan Ashline. Alright, because I'm barred from contact with her. That includes third party, electronic, etc. Even though Susan has repeatedly requested to state officials to have her name removed from the list of people that I am barred from contact. She's not a crime victim, she's not a crime witness, she does not have an order of protection against me, she's in fact written a book about me. So here we go. Scrolling on down. No Susan Ashline. Let me make sure I got that row there. No Susan Ashline. Oop, still not. Lori Ashline is Susan's sister, the Tobias Agency, and Lane Haymont. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the top, I'm going to click home over here. And then, let's see, I saw a minute ago, notifications. And so, A Jacket Off the Gorge is the Twitter page set up by Susan Ashline for the book that she has written about me. And she is following me. See right here it says, Tom Shaley and 7 others followed you. Meaning these people clicked to follow me. I didn't contact them, I didn't request, etc., so on, whatever. And as you see, there's Susan's picture for A Jacket Off the Gorge. There it is right there, showing that she's following me. Alright, not me contacting her, not me following her. And what Susan has done, because she's following me, anything that I tweet, she can see, I guess. So, see, somebody, Minnie Phoebus, liked my tweet. A Jacket Off the Gorge retweeted my tweet. I didn't contact them. They went and retweeted that Susan, she's following my Twitter. She saw what I put up. She retweeted it. Same thing here. The next one up, the last tweet about me, I guess, at Outlaw Reborn, that's me. was Susan Ashline. She retweeted what I posted on Twitter. That's a retweet. Says how parole set this man up to fail. Parole officers isolate new releases from family and friends. Okay, I did not contact her. I'm not violating conditions of my parole. Nothing. So here we go. Home. This is me. 5 tweets, 9 followers. Again, let's see the followers. Right there. Oh, Susan Ashline herself is following me. I did not know that. Mark Fody, that's my attorney. Jacket Off the Gorge, following me. Whiz Buzz Books. Now see how it says follow and not following? Following means not only am I being followed by Mark Fody, he's also following, or I'm also following him. That's what following means. Over here, because it says follow, I can click that and follow A Jacket Off the Gorge. So I'm not following A Jacket Off the Gorge. Same thing here with Susan Ashline. Because it says follow, I can click that and start to follow. Means I'm not following. See how it says follows you right there? Not following. So I am not violating the terms of my parole in any way. I'm not contacting her, not through third party, not through electronic means, so on and so forth, etc.